A few months ago, I stood in front of a shiny new phone at the store. It had all the features I didn't need but wanted. My hand reached for my wallet, then stopped. That small moment reminded me how far I'd come. In this video, I'll share the simple frugal living tips, money habits, and mindset shifts that turned saving from a struggle into a habit I actually love and help me quietly build wealth without guilt, using what really worked for me. 1. The psychological hack. Saving feels like winning. Most people think saving money is boring. I used to think that too, until I realized it could feel just as exciting as spending. The trick? I had to make saving feel like a win. I started treating it like a game. Every time I chose not to buy something, I gave myself a win point. I kept a small notebook and wrote down these wins. At the end of the week, I looked back and felt proud, not deprived. I also created a small reward system. For example, if I saved $100 by skipping small purchases, I'd use $5 of it to treat myself to something simple, like a fancy coffee or a digital book. This way, I stayed motivated without falling back into old habits. Saving started to feel like a smart decision, not a punishment. And the more I practiced, the more natural it became. These little wins built real confidence and stronger money habits that keep growing today. 2. I created a spending avatar, and it changed everything. One night, while scrolling through my phone, I had a strange idea. What if I created a character who represented my future self? Someone I could take care of by saving money, not spending it. That's how my spending avatar was born. I used a free AI art tool to design this avatar, someone who looked calm, successful, and secure. Every time I saved money, I imagined I was feeding or protecting this version of me. Each dollar I didn't spend made my avatar stronger. If I gave in to impulse buys, I pictured my avatar getting weaker. To keep it fun, I set up a tracker in Notion, a free app one already used. I gave my avatar small power-ups when I hit savings goals, like reaching $100 or skipping online shopping for a whole week. This made money feel personal in a new way. I wasn't just saving for retirement or a vague future. I was helping a version of me who I could see and care about. It may sound silly, but it worked. I stopped thinking of saving as losing something. Instead, I felt like I was building a better life, one decision at a time. Making saving visual and emotional changed how I saw my choices. It turned saving into an intentional path toward quiet wealth. And that shift made all the difference. 3. The anti-haul ritual. Why I post what I don't buy. We're used to seeing people share what they buy. Clothes, gadgets, furniture, makeup. It's everywhere. But I decided to do something different. I started posting what I didn't buy. I call it my anti-haul ritual. Each week, I take a screenshot or photo of items I almost purchased but didn't. Then, I write a short note about why I skipped them. Maybe it wasn't useful. Maybe I just didn't need it. Sometimes, I just wanted to remind myself that walking away is a win. At first, I kept it private. Later, I shared it with a small group of friends. Now, we all post our anti-hauls together once a week. It became a fun way to support each other and stay mindful. Instead of feeling left out, I feel proud. Sharing what I resist helps me see my progress. It reminds me that not spending can be just as powerful as saving. It also helped me fight the pressure to keep up with others. Social media often shows people's best moments and biggest purchases. But when I post my anti-hauls, I'm showing something real. Choice, control, and clarity. If you've never tried it, start small. Take a picture of something you skipped. Write a few words. You might be surprised how good it feels. Choosing not to buy is still a decision, and it deserves attention. For me, anti-hauls became more than a habit. They became proof that I'm building a better path, one no at a time. 4. I use tech traps, but against my spending. We all fall into tech traps. Ads that follow us. One-click shopping, late-night scrolling that leads to buying stuff we don't need. I used to be an easy target, but now I use these same tools to stop spending. First, I set up filters in my email. Any message with the words sale, deal, or limited offer goes straight into a folder I named Temptation Trash. I don't check it unless I really need something. Next, I use an app. I created a simple rule. Whenever I open Amazon, it automatically reminds me of my savings goal. A photo of my dream house pops up and I pause. It works better than any budget I've tried. I also added a 5-minute delay on my payment app. Every time I try to buy something online, I have to wait. That small pause gives me just enough time to rethink the purchase. Instead of letting tech push me to spend more, I turned it into a guardrail. These tricks don't take much time, but they help me stay focused. In a world full of digital noise, creating space to think clearly is one of my best tools. 5. Microfrugality, the power of invisible economies. Big savings usually get all the attention, cutting rent, selling a car, or switching jobs. But I found real progress in the small, quiet choices I made every day. I call it microfrugality. It's about saving in ways most people don't notice. Each Sunday, I do a quick 5-minute check of my accounts. I look for anything I forgot, free trials, tiny charges. These small leaks were costing me more than I realized. One week, I found a storage fee I hadn't used in months. I canceled it and saved $60 right away. I also started asking myself a simple question before buying. How many hours of work does this cost me? This made me rethink random spending. A $75 dinner suddenly didn't feel worth 6 hours of effort. These little actions don't feel hard, but they shift how I see money. I don't need to give up joy. I just stay aware. Microfrugality is powerful because it's steady. It builds good habits without pressure. No big changes, just better daily decisions. When people ask how I save so much, I tell them it's not about huge sacrifices. It's about all the invisible choices I make in quiet moments, the kind that slowly shape a stronger, smarter future without feeling like a struggle. 6. Frugality is not equal to deprivation, my luxury swap system. Many people think saving money means giving up everything fun. I used to believe that too, but I've learned that being frugal doesn't mean living without joy. It means choosing what truly matters. That's why I created my luxury swap system. The idea is simple. I trade small, forgettable expenses for fewer but better experiences. For example, I stopped using food delivery apps and cooked simple meals at home. After a month, I had saved enough to treat myself to a relaxing spa day. One small change gave me something I actually remembered and enjoyed. I also made a personal rule: only spend on things that are rare, useful, or deeply meaningful. If something doesn't fit that list, I skip it without guilt. Instead of saying no to everything, I say yes to what feels special. This keeps saving fun and meaningful. It's about getting more value from the money I do spend. Now I have fewer random purchases and more real joy. Frugality isn't a punishment. With the right swaps, it becomes a way to live smarter, clearer, and build stealth wealth without deprivation. My friends often say, "You must be doing really well." They see me taking weekend trips and living without debt. But I'm not rich. I'm just frugal loud. What does that mean? It means I talk openly about my saving wins. Most people hide the fact they're cutting costs. I do the opposite. I proudly share how I got free tickets to a concert or how I used points to book a hotel. I host budget-friendly dinners at home instead of expensive nights out. I use the library for books and movies, and I find free events around town. I even traded my gym membership for outdoor workouts and save hundreds. Being frugal loud helps me stay confident. It also encourages others to think differently about money. People don't feel judged. They feel inspired. In a world where debt is silent and spending is loud, I flipped the script. I celebrate saving like others celebrate shopping. The best part? I feel good, not because I spend more, but because I spend better. My life is full of joy, not bills, and that's something worth talking about. Looking back, I didn't just learn how to save. I changed the way I live. I no longer chase the next big thing. Instead, I enjoy the peace that comes from having control over my money. Saving isn't about being strict or boring. It's about freedom. Every choice I make today helps build a future that feels calm, clear, and strong. I don't feel like I'm missing out. In fact, I feel more present. I value experiences, not price tags. I've found joy in being intentional, not impulsive. This quiet shift has given me something louder than spending ever could: confidence. I'm not just spending less, I'm living better. If anything here stood out to you, try just one idea this week. Skip one small purchase. Track a tiny win. It starts small, but that's how every real change begins, with one honest step forward. Want to learn how real people are building quiet wealth and achieving financial success? Then watch this video next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.